I bet you can't guess how much this smartwatch cost. Unless, of course, you saw the title of the video, then you know exactly how much this smartwatch costs because you cheated. And as they say, cheaters always prosper. Wait, what? Alright, enough joking around. Welcome back to Gadget Conquest, everybody. I am here today to show you this. This is a $20 smartwatch by WYZE, the same company that brought us the smart scale that I looked at, the security camera, and also the fitness band. So WYZE, very well known for producing low cost or value products that are actually pretty good and really punch way above their weight class as far as price to performance. And this smartwatch, frankly, is another accomplishment of theirs, I would say. So this thing is $20 US. It is actually $19.99 on their website. It is currently, I believe, sold out. I will have a link to their website, to their store. It is currently sold out though, because this thing is actually pretty great for the money. However, it does have its shortcomings, which we will go into, but we will start with the good points just to get it off on a nice, just to get to a nice start, right? So good point number one, this is an aluminum body with a glass front. The design is very reminiscent of a certain Apple Watch, if you will. In fact, coworkers and even family members, while I have been wearing this, I have been wearing it for the past week, have been asking me if I had bought myself an Apple Watch, and I have not. This is a WYZE watch, significantly cheaper. This is the 47mm variant. They also have a 44mm variant, and it has a heart rate sensor along with a blood oxygen sensor, which is pretty cool. And they are actually two different sensors. It's not like they're cheating you out with the heart rate sensor and saying that it does something that it doesn't. It is actually a separate sensor, and you can actually see the sensor activate separately when you use the different sensors, rather. Okay. It has amazing battery life, actually phenomenal battery life. Currently, it is at 67% battery, and for reference, I picked this thing up, or rather, it was dropped off at my home on Monday. Today's Sunday, so exactly 6 days ago, it was dropped off at my home. I charged it overnight on Monday, and I have not charged it a single time since then, and have used it every single day up to today, and it is currently at 67% battery. I honestly believe that you could easily get 8 to 10 days of battery life off of this thing without having to worry about plugging it in, which is really, really cool. For those of you that know about smartwatches, you know that even the best battery life amongst smartwatches is still only a couple days. The Galaxy Watch Active is known as having a very, very good battery life for a smartwatch, and even then that one lasts 2 days at max. So this one being able to last 8 to 10 days is pretty amazing. However, there are compromises, and that's what we're going to get into right now. Compromise number one is the charging standard. So it does not use Qi charging. Let me see if I can find that. It does not use Qi charging. Instead, it uses these pogo pins on the back that are magnetic, and it has this sort of MagSafe style charger that plugs into the back, and that is how you charge it. It's pretty unfortunate that is the way that they decided to charge it. However, it does work, and the magnets are fairly strong. You can even dangle the watch from it like that very easily, but they come off and they go on very easily. So I would say it's probably like a B plus on the charging of this thing. However, I really would have liked it to be perhaps on this side, maybe somewhere around here or something like that, so that I could actually charge it while I have the watch on. That would actually be really cool. Say I'm sitting at my computer, and this cable is a pretty good length. I'd probably say maybe like 30 centimeters. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a good length cable, and I think it would be very easy to have this plugged in to the computer and also still have the watch on and charge it while you're at the computer, and then just be able to stand up and walk away, and the charger would just pop right off because the magnets on here have a really good balance. But that is unfortunate. that it doesn't support Qi charging, it just charges that way. Another unfortunate thing is, and it really comes into why the battery life is so good, is that this doesn't use any official, any of those big first name OSs for smart devices like these. It does not use Android Wear. It does not use Tizen, which is Samsung's proprietary OS. And it does not use, obviously, Apple's watchOS. It uses a OS made entirely by WYZE for this smartwatch. It is very similar, I would say, probably to the WYZE Fitness Band that we looked at, although it is a little bit more customized, and the app has much more customization features for the watch than it did for the band. But overall, the OS is pretty bogged down. There are very few animations. When using the watch, when scrolling through pages on the watch, it's very clear that it's just skipping from page to page. It's not doing like a fluid animation, so you could tell that the watch itself is pretty underpowered, and that's one of the reasons why it has such good battery life, is because it's not an over-the-top powerhouse like maybe an Apple Watch would be. So don't expect to have cellular data or to be responding to text messages or answering phone calls. That stuff is just not going to happen with this watch. However, you can receive your notifications and you can receive your text messages and view them from the watch. That does work. However, I will say that the software is very still, it feels alpha. It still feels pre-release, which I don't know if this thing is still technically a pre-release product, since I did pre-order it and it has arrived, so I'm not entirely sure. I have to check it out again. But the software still feels alpha. There's still some bugs with the notifications, where sometimes the notifications, actually most of the time, the notifications don't get passed through to the watch as they should, and that's kind of a bummer. But most of the downsides that come through on the software are purely software bugs and not actually related to the hardware, which is actually a good thing, because that means that you will have the opportunity to get software updates, and WYZE can just update the software and make it a lot easier for people to enjoy this honestly really good value watch. Another thing we have is the bands actually do have a little switch on the side here to remove them. However, there we go. So you can actually remove and replace these bands, which is pretty cool on its own. Let's see if I can get this one off as well. They're kind of a pain in the butt to do. I assume there's some sort of tool to make this easier. You are able to do it with your finger, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. There we go, got it. So you can remove the bands and replace the bands, which is really cool. Also another cool feature. It only has a single button on it. It is an aluminum body, and the display, so this is the other thing that allows it to have the amazing battery life that it does. It's not an OLED display. It's not a, it's actually a TFT display. Now it is a color TFT display, and with what they've done with the OS and the size of the display, even being the low resolution display that it is, I can say that it does actually look pretty good, and the watch face itself is viewable at most viewed angles that you would actually try to view it from. It is viewable from, say, right here all the way to here and everywhere in between, and I had no problems being able to see the display in broad daylight. I live in Florida. I live in Clearwater, Florida, so there's a lot of sunlight out here, and I had no problem seeing it in the sunlight at all. That really wasn't an issue. So that's basically all that I have to say about this thing. Overall, it's a really it's a really enticing package for $20. It's definitely way more valuable than a $20 watch would be. However, it's not at the level of a $200 to $300 watch, but it was never meant to be. And it's clear that it was never meant to be. It's $20, come on. But for $20, it is absolutely a steal. Honestly, if you're looking for a smartwatch and you don't want to spend the kind of money that it takes to buy a Apple Watch or a Samsung watch or maybe a Fossil or something like that, if you don't want to spend that kind of money, but you do want to have a smartwatch maybe for a heart rate monitor or even the blood oxygen sensor, or just have a step counter with a watch on it or something like that, this is a great price. I definitely recommend it over any of the other cheap Chinese knockoffs that you're gonna find on Amazon or Wish or eBay or something like that, or Alibaba or AliExpress, whatever. This is definitely a good deal, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. 2 thumbs up. Great job, WYZE, with this watch. Very good job. And that's it. That's all I have to say about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave any comments down below if you maybe know about some other watches. That would be pretty cool. I would definitely want to check them out. And thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't like the video. You know, if you didn't like the video, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I should have made a better video for you. I'm gonna take it to heart. Every thumbs down I take to heart. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. I've been Hiram. Have a good week, have a good night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.